Hi, did you understand gratification today? Maybe try making this joker with me.
All you need for it is on a screen. It's pretty good way to use your scrap yarns. We gathered everything, we can start making it. First, chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now slip stitch into a first chain that we made right here. And now slip stitch into the circle that we just made, like so. Now slip stitch into the opposite chain from your hook, right here. Then chain 3. Now single crochet in the first chain of the chain 3 we just made. Now we're going to repeat this 7 more times. Chain 3, single crochet in the first chain of the chain 3 we just made. You need to have 8 of these little, let's call them picots in total. When you made 8 these little picots, we can start attaching our beads. For it, we need to chain 6. Put your bead on a hook, like so. Yarn over, pull through the bead and the loop on a hook.
That was a struggle for no reason. After attaching your bead, you chain around it to lock it in place, and then you chain 6. When you have your chain 6 ready, slip stitch into a first chain of the first chain 6 that we made before attaching our bead, just right here. After we have our first bead attached, we will separate it with those 3 little picots that we made before. So chain 3, single crochet into a first chain, and repeat 2 more times.
To have 3 of these little picots in total to separate the beads. So we have our 3 little picots. Now we're going to chain 6 to attach our other bead. So after chaining 6, put your other bead on a hook, yarn over, pull through the bead and the loop on a hook, chain to lock it, and chain 6 again. Also be sure that you're slip stitching where you can see the chains clearly. And then slip stitch into the first chain of the first chain 6.
Okay, now we will do another separation with the picots. Chain 3, single crochet into a first chain, repeat 2 more times. 3 of these little picots in total. And now chain 14. We are making the bow part now. Then slip stitch into a first chain. So slip stitch right here. Also, my nail looks somehow dirty, but I promise you it's not dirty, it's the lighting. Okay, chain 14 again. And again slip stitch into a first chain, just right here, just as before. And that's of course the simplest bow we know, but it looks pretty cute, I think. Now again we will do this separating part by chaining 3, single crocheting into a first chain. When we repeat it 2 more times, 3 times in total. have 3 of these little picots. This is the middle of our choker. So now for the rest of the choker, repeat CBA parts in this exact order. And then we need to make another part of our choker lock. So after making your last 8 little picots, so both sides are the same now, we chain 2, yarn over, and start making a bubble into the second chain from the hook with 6 yarn overs, and the bubble stitch is basically half finished double crochets. So you make 6 of them. You have 7 loops on your hook. You yarn over, pull through all the loops, chain 1, put your hook through side stitches on the bubble right here. Stop it and look at the photo if it's not clear. It might be a little bit fidgety. And after you do it, yarn over, pull through both loops and the loop on a hook, tighten and slip stitch on a bad side in the same chain where we started our bubble, and that's how we make our closing bubbles. We separate them with 3 picots. We do them the same way as we did them before, of course, by chaining 3 and single crocheting in a first chain. And for these bubbles, you of course can make as much as you want and as much as you need, because it of course depends on the width of your neck. I made 3 of them. I also like to make one that I can't close right now, like it's too tight, but when the yarn is eventually going to stretch, I can still use my choker, because I've watched in advance, so please do that too. Now cut up some yarn. I recommend around 50 centimeters just to be safe. Thread it, fold it in half. You could tie a knot and bend, but that's not necessary. Now, important part. This is the back of the choker, where you can see these chains clearly, and this is the front of the choker. So we will be working in the back of the choker. So put your needle through the middle of the bow. Make sure both ties are kind of the same length. Put your needle through again and tighten it few times. Now cut off the excess yarn and tie your tie pieces together like I do in the video, like right side with the left side and the other ones from right side and the left side together, and then tie them in the middle too. I haven't done this in the video, I did it after, so that's why the clip is a little bit different, but that's important to do so your ties won't tangle. And now tie the knots at the end so they won't unravel on you in an ugly way. Use a ruler to help you make them all even. And this part is optional, but I recommend ironing it. Of course, iron it through the parchment paper so you don't ruin the fibers of the yarn. Don't hold your iron more than 5 seconds. You could also wash it. The one in here and in the beginning of the video is washed and blocked. And that's all. Good luck, subscribe, and all of that.